Hey everyone, welcome to this excerpt from the Complete Blender Creator. I'm your main instructor, Michael Bridges. Now, if you want to learn out more, hang around at the end of the video or check out the links in the video description. Enjoy this video.
Vertices, edges and faces. In this video we're going to learn about object mode and edit mode, naming your meshes, manipulating vertices, edges and faces, and understanding their relationship to one another. So let's head straight on over into Blender. We've opened up a brand new Blender file. The first thing I'm going to do is just move that cube up a little. We're going to be working with this cube, so I'm just wanting to make sure it's above this plane here. Okay, so object mode and edit mode. What's the deal there? Well, this cube is an object. So is this camera, and so is this lamp. If we have a look on the right hand side here, I'm just going to expand the outliner. So this editor here is called the outliner, and it lists here the objects in our world. Now if we have a look at the cube, we see it has this triangle next to it, and that triangle means that this cube is a mesh. Now currently the lamp is selected. If we go down to the 3D header bar and click on object mode, we can see there's nothing else to do. However, if we select the cube either in the outliner or on the 3D editor itself, we then get some more options. At the moment we only want edit mode. If we click on edit mode, it goes into that mesh and enables us to edit it. Finally, you can toggle between edit mode and object mode using the tab key. With only 3 objects in our world at the moment, it's quite easy to distinguish them from one another. However, as you build more and more complex meshes, you'll want to name them to make sure you can find them again, select them and manipulate them. So if we have a look on the right hand side, we can see that our mesh is called cube. That's an accurate description as what it is on the screen. You can also see the name of that mesh if I enable the properties pane in the 3D editor or press the N key. Midway down on here, here we go, under the item drop down, as you see it says cube. So you can either change the name here in the outliner or in the properties pane of the 3D editor itself. So if we change that one here to cube 1, we can see it changes in 2 places. I couldn't think of a better name for it. So that's how you name your meshes. Let's go and edit that cube and make it into something else. So I'm just going to do a bit of tidying up because I'm quite lacking space here. Right, let's zoom into this cube so we can have a closer look. So on the 3D header bar, you have 3 buttons next to one another: vertex select, edge select, and face select. Now when vertex select is selected, we're able to select each one of these vertices individually. The same is true when edge select is. We can select all the edges, and finally faces, you've guessed it, you can select faces. Now the really cool thing about this is if I select a face like this one on top and then click edge select, it changes now to selecting all of the edges that made up that face. And similarly, if I now click on vertex select, we've now selected all the vertices that make up those edges which make up that face. Now we can start manipulating our model. So how do we do that? Well, over here on the left hand side we have some options. Translate, and if we hover over, I'm already doing it, I'm just going to escape out of that. With translate, if we hover over it, you can see it's got the shortcut G. Rotate has the shortcut R. Scale has the shortcut S, etc. So if you ever want to know what a shortcut key is and it's not apparent straight away, if you hover over any of these buttons, if there is a shortcut, you can see what it is. So now if I press G, I can move all of those vertices up and down, or indeed we're moving that face at the same time. It's the same thing. If we press the R key to rotate, we can rotate that face around. At the moment it's around an arbitrary point in space. And scale with S. We can make the top much, much smaller. Excellent, so we've got some sort of funky pyramid going on there. Now what happens if we don't want that shape, if we want to actually edit the shape itself? Well, we can start going in and deleting stuff. So let's select Edge, click this edge, and then go to the menu, Mesh, and we can see Delete, and we've got an X there, so we can hit X and select Edges. Now that's deleted that edge there. Now because these two faces relied on the edge existing, it's now gone. So with this, we could make a brand new shape. Let's delete this vertex down here. I'm going to press X and delete the vertices. Now I'm going to join up this vertex here and this one here by holding down Shift while selecting. I'm going to go to Mesh, Edges, Make Edge or Face, and it's got the shortcut key F. So that has made an edge there. If I now highlight these two vertices and press F, it will make an edge there. And if I highlight these two and press F, but there's no faces left. Well, we can simply select the third. Remember, a face must exist of at least 3 vertices and 3 edges. And press F. It actually fills that space in with a face. So we'll do it there, and we'll do it here as well. So there we go. We've filled in all of those. Oh, no, we haven't. We've forgotten the bottom. There we go. So we've now got a completely solid and new shape from our cube. It's challenge time. I'd like you to create a wedge. So starting with a cube, create a wedge. Make sure you name your mesh, wedge, and finally, it should look something like that. Variations on the theme are accepted. So pause the video now, go off and try and make your first wedge. Welcome back. How did you get on? Well, in the next lecture, we'll show you the process for making that wedge.
Hey, so I hope you've enjoyed that excerpt from the Complete Blender Creator. It's part of a much larger course incorporating 46 hours worth of Blender learning, where we hold your hand from a very beginner all the way up to mastering the techniques deep within Blender. Now, if you want to learn more about Blender, this is the course for you, and we've got many other courses as well. So why don't you start your free trial today, and I will see you over on the course.